Hello folks. Well, as we head over to John Donovan's in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, I must tell you a little bit about John. John started Donovan's hobbies way back in the 50s with his wife Betty and kids Bill and Becky. John was the most devoted to the hobby and promoted kids to get involved all the time. He was always putting on shows for them. Many of his planes were equipped with trapdoors, and he dropped candy and other prizes to the thrill of the kids who would scamper after the goodies when he landed. Well, I first met John while I was stationed in Sioux Falls on independent duty while serving my 33-year tour in the United States Marine Corps. Before that, I had only flown U Control, but I was in the contest circuit, winning my first trophy in stunt pattern at age 14. So when I was in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, I went to John's hobby shop, and I bought a Vico Thunderbird and decided to get back into U Control. But it wasn't long before John asked me to join the club, the Sioux Falls RCers. It was an RC club, and I just didn't have that kind of money to be able to jump into RC. Pretty expensive back then. But after John let me try the sticks on his prized Lou Andrews Aeromaster, I was hooked. So I purchased a Vico Cherokee used and learned to fly. Well, after about 4 months, I was being told I was pretty good, and I was starting to feel pretty good about it too, comfortable while I'm flying. So I asked John, not known for his credit purchases, if he'd actually let me make payments on a Lou Andrews Aeromaster, radio, and engine, and he said yes. So not only did he teach me how to fly, he got me started altogether. The rest is history, and I flew and placed at the Multi-Wing Championships in Omaha, introducing them to night flying while I was there, all with the Aeromaster Too. Well, about 4 weeks ago, John had a heart attack. The ambulance came and they saved him. They got him back going again. And he called me to tell me about it. And he also asked me if I wanted to buy his Aeromaster. Well, I knew it hung in his hobby store for many years and it had no radio in it. But it did have a Weber 10 engine in it, and it was in good shape. So of course I said yes. Well, as soon as I got it home, I began work on it. In all, it took about 14 hours to figure out a way to put in another radio using the bigger servos that I could find. You know, originally John had a Craft Signature Series radio in it, like this one of mine. I would prefer to put that one back in because I built it, but I have not converted it to 2.4 gigahertz yet. I took the test, and I have a ham license to be able to fly on 53 megahertz, and you can see the module still in there, and I still could. But I like the safety of 2.4, so elected to put in an orange receiver with an orange transmitter. That was the closest color radio to the gold crafts that I could find. So here you're seeing some of the restoration stages, including the ironing the covering tight again and making sure all the controls work perfectly. You know, we're going to take it out to the field, and I'm going to fly it in honor of John Donovan, who I asked to sign his signature on it before I left. He said he'd love to see it fly again. So John, I'm honored, and this flight is for you. Thank you for everything you've done. Okay, so yeah, this is where it all began, folks. The great John Donovan. John's still with us. How old are you today?
I'm 87.
87 years old. Fantastic. Well, you had a little bit of a bout. I'm glad you pulled out of that.
Yeah, I just had a heart attack here on the 2nd of June, and right after dinner that night, and been a week in hospital and recovered, and now recovered about 5 weeks. I'm just about ready to go today to take my last trip to the doctor, and then I can get back to doing light work again.
And fly.
And fly. Go fishing.
All right. Good job, John.
Yeah.
I'm honored to get this airplane from John Donovan. He's going to sign it for me right now. Go ahead, John. Perfect. I am honored. The man that taught me to fly with this airplane.
With that airplane, yes. That is an antique, but it's in perfect shape. With lots of rubber bands on the wings and a lot of time.
You got that right. Perfect. Thank you, John.
You got it.
I'm glad to get it. I'll see you.
Okay.
I'll see you the next time.
Okay.
Thanks for the plane.
bet.
Okay, well, there's many ways to configure the switch. Here's what I've done. I've made mine because it says remove before flight, my keychain. This is like an anti-key. In other words, you have to take the key out for it to start. So this is in when the airplane is parked. When I'm ready to fly, I just pull the pin out like that, and everything starts up and I'm good to go. When I shut it off, just come back over to the airplane, plug that back in. Hello, Jeff. Hello. Let's go ahead and put some fuel in and see what happens. Turn it on by removing before flight. Some fuel in it. Hey John, what do you think of that? We forced it to roll. I'm gonna see if I can start